This is lesson 68 for Saxon Course 1. So what we're looking at today is dividing mixed numbers. Now there's a couple steps to this, so I'll show you a couple of different times so that you get used to it. So the first one we're looking at is 2 2/3 divided by 1 1/2. Okay, now the first thing we need to do is we need to change both of these into improper fractions. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to say, okay, the 2 is actually 3/3, 3/3, so that would be 6, 7, 8. So that'd be 8/3, and divided by 2/2 plus 1, that is 3/2. Okay, now if you're wondering what I was just muttering, I was saying that this 2 is actually 3/3, 3/3. Okay, and I would add them to this one just like I would normally do for addition with fractions, which means the denominator 3 stays the same, and I add the numerator. So that's 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. That's how I got that 8/3. Okay, I did the same thing over here. This whole is actually 2/2 because this denominator is 2. So I would take the 2's, stay the same. The numerator 2 gets added to this numerator 1, which makes 3, which gives me 3/2. These are now improper fractions. Their numerators are larger than their denominators. I am now going to take this and I'm going to multiply it. How I do that is I bring this fraction straight down, and this fraction I actually have to flip. So this fraction gets flipped to 2/3. And then I'm going to just do my timesing straight across. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 3 times 3 is 9. 8 times 2 is 16. And I'm going to now put it into lowest terms, because remember, all fractions, when you're finished with them, need to be in lowest terms. So 9 goes into 16 once. And that leaves me with, drum roll please, 7/9. Okay, now this 7/9 is already lowest terms. 7 is a prime number, and I can't divide 9 by 7, so it's going to just be that. This is now 1 7/9. Okay, that is your answer. So again, we took our two fractions, put them into improper fractions. Then we did multiplication, remembering to flip this last fraction over. So the top became the bottom became the top. Did our multiplication straight across, so it was 3 times 3 and 8 times 2, straight across into 16/9. And then we had to make it into lowest terms. There was 1 9 in 16 with 7/9 remaining, and 7/9 is already in lowest terms. Okay, now let's take a look at something like this. Two 2/3 divided by 4. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to make this 4. Well, we want to make this into an improper fraction, but we also want to make this 4 into a fraction. Okay, so let's start with the improper, because we've already done that one. So this 2 is actually 3/3, 3/3. So my 3's are the same, denominator stays the same, it is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 8/3. Awesome. Okay, being divided by 4. Now, when you turn a whole number like this into a fraction, what you're saying is 4 wholes, or 4 ones. Okay, so this now is a fraction. Just like last time, I'm going to bring this 8/8 down, and I'm going to times it, and I'm going to flip this fraction. So this fraction is going to turn into 1/4. And I'm going to do it straight across. So 8 times 1 is 8, over 3 times 4 is 12, and hey, I can make this lowest terms. So I can divide both of these, well, I can divide them by 2, But you know what? I think I can go a little bit bigger. I can divide them both by 4, and I don't think I can go any bigger than that. So let's try 4. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. I now have 2/3. And both 2 and 3 are prime numbers, so I'm going to stop there. So this 2 and 2/3 divided by 4, the answer is 2 1/3. That is lesson 68. So just remember, if you have a mixed number fraction, it has to turn into an improper fraction. If you have a whole number, it must be turned into a fraction. And no matter what whole number you have up here, if it's a whole number, it's just that whole number over 1. You then come to the third step. Third step is multiplying, but before you multiply, you have to take the last fraction and flip it. Okay? You do your multiplication, and then make sure you have lowest terms. That's all for lesson 68.